Hello everyone, this is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So today we're going to see how the person who is thinking about you truly feels about you currently. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading. When it comes to the person who is thinking of my viewers, what are that person's true feelings toward my viewers currently when it comes to love? What are that person's true feelings toward my viewers currently when it comes to love? 2 more shuffles. All right, so let's see what comes out here. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So they're attracted to you, but they're also looking at you as someone who is taking control. Many of you have taken your power back. You may have made a bold choice as of recently in regards to no longer nurturing the connection, or you may be deciding to pour into yourself at the moment. Someone is hoping that you're still looking at them with optimistic eyes, but with the Empress card coming out in reverse, it lets me know that some of you have lost attraction for this person. Whatever is happening between the two of you at the moment is causing them to be insecure. They also want to come toward you either being overbearing or just doing too much. Some of you could look at this person as someone who's lacking growth or someone who isn't making much progress when it comes to you or when it comes to their own life in general. Also, at one point, this person looked at you as someone who was either clingy or a bit overbearing. But now that you've taken a step back, they actually miss that energy. This could be someone who has mommy or daddy issues. They could be thinking a lot about a parent, or they could be at odds with a particular family member. At the top of the deck, we have the Magician card. So they think that you're tapping into your willpower. For those of you who have taken back your power, or if you are doing quite well when it comes to being in control of yourself, it's actually making them desire you more. They want to come in with communication, but for some of you, you could feel as though they're being manipulative. With the Judgment card being here along with the 10 of Wands, they think that you're making a decision to drop them. It's actually bothering them a lot. They're having a hard time coping with where their life is at the moment, but deep down they know that whatever they're going through is a direct reflection of a lot of their decisions. Some of you no longer feel obligated to make things work, or you're just done dealing with the stress and the burdens that come along with this person. For a few of you, you could be feeling a bit burnt out in regards to this connection, so you may have decided to drop this person, or you're just no longer going out of your way to make things work. Now, for others of you, you could be holding on to this connection, but there's a part of you that feels as though you need to let this person go. So yeah, if you have taken a step back, they're in their feelings about it. They're also viewing you as someone who's not being expressive at the moment. It's actually pissing them off a little bit. Give me more. What are this person's true feelings toward my viewers when it comes to love? All right, we have the 4 of Pentacles, and it came out crossing. So there's a part of them that feels as though you're releasing them, but another part of them feels as though you're still kind of holding on to an extent. For some of you, this person thinks that you're being a lot more stingy when it comes to putting in effort. With the Queen of Wands being here, they view you as someone who's pouring in into yourself at the moment. For some of you, they're regretting some type of secret that they kept from you. You could have caught this person being sneaky, or you may have found out they were up to no good. Even if you don't have concrete proof in regards to what this person has been up to, there's a part of you that feels as though they're up to some type of scheme, or like they're being sneaky or lying to you in some way. Now, for some of you, there's actually a secret that they could be keeping from you in regards to another person. But for others of you, this person is just hiding their true feelings from you. Okay? They're also regretting not being open when it comes to their feelings. Okay? So someone's in regret. They're either regretting some type of secret that they tried to keep from you. They're regretting getting caught up in some type of lie, or they're regretting not opening up. It's coming out like they would tell you some of what they're feeling, but not everything. Also, there could come a point in time when this person comes toward you, telling you about something that they're going through, or confiding in you about some type of secret, but they're not going to tell you everything. With the King of Swords being in reverse, some of you could view this person as a narcissist. It's also coming out like they're being a bit irrational at the moment. If you are being cold toward them, or if you've decided to take a step back, they think you're being irrational about it, even though you've caught them up in lies, or you caught them being sneaky in some way. They could think that you're pissed off with them. Some of you are tired of dealing with them because they're dishonest. They may also end up getting into an argument with a friend or someone who's close to them. If it's not that, they could end up getting into an argument at a social gathering, or they could end up arguing with someone out in public. They need to be careful when it comes to that, because they could end up having to go before a judge. I just see them being at a social event or being around other people, but things going left, and it could end in a verbal altercation or worse. So they need to be really careful with how they move, or they need to be careful when it comes to certain people that they surround themselves with. But yeah, they're looking at you as someone who is coming off as sure of yourself. A lot of you are definitely becoming a lot more confident. Some of you could start feeling a bit more social, or you could just have a more optimistic perspective in regards to life in general. Give me more. For some of you, they're wondering if they should release this connection, or if they should fight for things. But it's not going to be easy for them to let you go. It's not going to be easy at all. And a part of that is because they're unable to find anyone else like you, or they won't be able to if they were to decide to move on with their life. They could also feel as though the relationship between the two of you isn't really getting anywhere. But I feel like they need to take accountability in regards to that. This is someone who has taken you for granted, and they've been doing it for quite some time now. We have the Lover's card, and it came out in reverse. So they think that you're detached. It's also coming out like they're wondering if you have fallen out of love with them. It's giving energy of this person thinking that you have a new beginning elsewhere, and that you're looking forward to your future. Yeah, they definitely feel as though you no longer love them, or they're viewing you as someone who has lost feelings for them. They think that you're not as sensitive to their needs. Some of you have definitely overplayed your part in regards to this connection. This person could feel as though they need you. They could be experiencing a tower moment at the moment, or this is someone who's going through a lot. They could end up stabbed in the back by a family member, someone on the job, or someone else that they're close to. So they could need your support in some way. I wouldn't be surprised if they come in telling you about someone who betrayed them, someone who victimized them in some way, or they could tell you about a collapse when it comes to a particular connection around them. Also, if this person happened to choose someone else over you, they're feeling like they made the wrong choice. They're discontent with that person, and they're actually not even in love with each other. Yeah. They feel a lack of support around them. So whoever they live with, they feel as though those people are not supportive of them, or they feel unwelcome in their home. For others of you, if they did choose someone else over you, I feel like that person is making them feel unwelcome. And it could be because the other person is viewing them as someone who is not supportive, or someone who has a lot of conflict. They're either not getting along with the people around them, or there's some type of conflict in their home. Wherever they live, there's conflict. They also seem to be a bit stressed out because they feel as though their wishes are not being fulfilled. For some of you, they're anxious in regards to the two of you reconnecting, or they're anxious in regards to how things are going to turn out between the two of you. If you did walk away from this person, they want to come back in and win you over. Even if they walked away from you, they're still hoping that the two of you will end up reconnecting. It's coming out like they thought they would be able to find someone better, but they're left being or feeling disappointed. They feel really isolated at the moment. It's coming out like they think no one is there for them. They feel alone. They could even be experiencing nightmares. For some of you, ever since you distanced yourself from this person, or ever since they walked away from you, their life has been a nightmare ever since. At the top of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. So they're very much in their head. It's also coming out again about this person feeling helpless, or feeling like no one will help them. There's something that they're going through, and they've gotten themselves between a rock and a hard place. They're not in the best situation at the moment. Everything around them is collapsing little bit by little bit. I feel like this person is learning a tough lesson in regards to privilege. Okay, and what I mean by that is they tend to take people for granted. They tend to feel entitled when it comes to you, but also when it comes to family or friends. Someone definitely betrayed them, and it came out of nowhere. They seem to be a bit fragile at the moment, especially on an emotional level. There's also some codependence here, or they're dependent upon something or someone to make them feel better. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're self-medicating, or they're trying to numb themselves in some way, possibly to try and calm the chaos in their life, but it's not working. Give me another card. They're just exhausted because they're going through so much. All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords. I'm telling you, they're going to end up arguing with someone, and it could definitely be on the job. I hope they don't end up arguing with a boss. They could argue with a coworker. There's just something that's not going to go in their favor. I see an argument, and it's going to involve numerous people, at least 3 people or more. They could also feel as though someone is trying to intimidate them in some way. For a few of you, if this person has been silent toward you, if they've been giving you the silent treatment, or if they've been coming off really mysterious, if they've been withdrawn, I feel like they're doing that to try and intimidate you. Also, they could be hiding how bad their current situation is when it comes to a job or when it comes to money. They're also feeling picked on at the moment, or they feel like someone is singling them out, but it's coming out like it has to do with a job. But see, in reality, they're not being singled out. It's just that there's something that they're doing that lacks quality, or they've been taking shortcuts on the job. They need to be careful when it comes to getting to work late, when it comes to being lazy on the job, or when it comes to rushing to get a job done. It's just coming out like their work is being viewed as sloppy. And I feel like they have a reputation of this. So it's not a one-time thing. Okay. For some of you, this person has been exploiting something that has to do with a job. They're going to get caught. They also feel like they've been experiencing bad luck at the moment. They think that they have absolutely no control over their life. They've been experiencing some delays, or they just feel like nothing is going in their favor. At the top of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. For some of you, they feel like they're stuck at a dead-end job, or there could be a situation that arises where they feel stuck in the middle, or someone else is going to feel that way. If they do come toward you telling you about some type of argument, any type of drama, any type of conflict, they're not going to be telling you everything in regards to that situation. They're going to be hiding some information. With the Two of Wands being in reverse, if you haven't been hearing from this person consistently, it's because they're trying to play it safe. For some of you, they're worried about being rejected by you, or this person thinks that you're viewing them as someone you no longer want to have a future with. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if they accuse you of overanalyzing them or always pointing out what they're doing wrong, but just know that it's their way of trying to manipulate you into blindfolding yourself to certain things. But they're not a happy camper. Now, with the King of Wands being here along with the Queen of Wands, this could be a twin flame for some of you, okay? But there's also a good amount of people here. It's also coming out like this person may not have realized your importance or the importance of the role that you played in their life until it was too late. Now, this is going to be very specific. Please don't force it to fit. But for a few of you, you could have helped this person to get up on their feet, or you could have been there for them when they were going through a tough time. And once they started to get up on their feet, they took full responsibility for it. They made it seem as though no one helped them, or they're doing better only because of their own doing. That's so weird. I don't feel like they've given you the proper credit that you deserve. Not saying that any of you are wanting credit, but I do feel like this person has a tendency to make it seem as though no one has ever been there for them, when that couldn't be the furthest from the truth. Also, they could be bitter in regards to some type of family situation, or there could be a particular family member who has good money. That family member could look at this person as a disgrace. This person could need that family member's help, And because that family member will not provide it, they feel victimized, or they feel like that person did them wrong. It could even be that they do that toward you. This is a mess. So yeah, at the moment, this is someone who's really insecure. Okay. I do feel like they need you in their life at the moment. If the two of you are separate from each other, or if there's been some type of disconnect, I feel like they miss when you were pouring into them. But see, they handled your heart with negligence. For some of you, this person may feel like their looks are going downhill. I want to say I've seen that in a few different readings as of recently, but they just feel like they're not looking their best, they're not doing their best, and it's causing a lot of insecurity. They're having a really hard time getting up on their feet at the moment, but I feel like it's meant to help this person to realize some things about themselves, and it's also meant to act as a catalyst for this person to go through some type of transformation. There's a relationship around them that is on the rocks, or there's some type of conflicts within that relationship. Now, that could be a relationship that they have with a family member, a relationship that they have with a friend, a relationship they have with a boss, or someone that they live with, someone who is in their home. For a few of you, it could even be a landlord. But there's a lot of disharmony surrounding this person, and it's coming out like they're trying to make it seem as though no one cares about them, no one loves them. But in reality, I feel like that's their way of guilt tripping. They're stressed out at the moment because they feel like they're losing, or they've lost the best thing that's ever happened to them. Okay. If you left this person behind, or if they left you behind, their life has not been the same ever since. Now, some of you may have recently reconciled with this person, or the two of you could be in contact with one another, but I feel like you're keeping it short and sweet with them. If you're not, you will be in the future. Also, it's going to be important for you to focus on whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish. Your life is about to pick up momentum. So Spirit wants you to move forward with confidence, and don't allow this person to come in distracting you with a new beginning. There seems to be a lack of support on their part, or this person feels completely disconnected from family. There's either someone who doesn't want them living with them anymore, or there's someone who has cut this person off, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally. Take it however it fits. They view it as a betrayal. But whoever has decided to cut them off, I feel like it's because they've been giving too much to this person. Okay. Now, it could be you, but it's coming out like it's a family member. It actually involves more than one person. I feel like there are numerous people cutting this person off. As of now, they're not doing the best financially. I feel like they could either be exploiting themselves, or they could have tried to exploit you in the past. And if they did try and exploit you, if they did try to use you for money, or if they strung you along in any way, shape, or form, the tables are turning and this person is getting their karma. It's going to be for quite some time too. It's going to be for quite some time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's for like the next 9 or 10 years that they're going through bad luck. Their situation could change if they were to do what is needed in order to make changes in their life, but they're lazy. They're lazy. For a few of you, this person is either gambling too much, they're spending too much money on unnecessary things, or they're putting wants before needs. Okay, so this is someone, for example, who could have an addiction and they're going to get something to drink on, something to smoke, something to ease their mind, any type of habit that they have. They could be spending money on that first before they're even getting bills paid. So yeah, they are going through a lot of hardships at the moment, but they're trying to do so silently. But I feel like there's going to be something exposed in regards to them that's going to involve at least 3 different people. Someone could end up airing them out, or they're going to be involved in some type of drama. They could come in telling you about it, but Spirit wants you to remain silent. Stay out of it, because they're not even going to give you the full details in regards to it. So if they come toward you making it seem as though you don't love them, you never cared about them, anything along those lines, try not to respond. Try not to respond. That's going to be their way of trying to manipulate or gaslight you into either helping them or feeling sorry for them. This is sad. This person needs to do better. All right, and so that is the reading. Everyone, if you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time. Bye.